The next two important commands in our data manipulation language are update and delete. Very, very simple, nothing very fancy here. It's as if you're reading statements in English, right? The syntax of the update command is update whatever table name you want, and you set the column name to whatever value you want where given a condition. For example, okay, there is a small typo here. Sorry. So, okay, having corrected the typo, let's look at an example, right? Update movies, set rank score equals to 9 where ID equals to this number. If you notice earlier, we added a new movie, right? We added 412321 Thor with a score of 7. Now, if I want to update it, right? Very straightforward. I simply update it using the update keyword, right? I can say update movies, set whatever columns I want. Here I am only updating one column value. But if I were to update multiple column values, I can just separate them using a comma, right? So you can also update multiple rows, or you can use subqueries and things like that, right? In a nutshell, update is a very, very simple command which updates multiple columns where a specific condition is met, right? So for example, here if I have if I say if the movie name contains some keyword, right? I could update multiple rows also. I could also update multiple columns using this strategy, right? So of course, just like in insert, I can also use subqueries. Just like in insert and select, I can also use subqueries here. Now the next thing here is called the delete keyword, right? So the way it works is this: delete from the table name where the condition. So when I do this, this row is completely deleted, right? So very simple commands. Update and delete are very, very simple commands. Now, equally importantly, there is another command called truncate, which is actually not part of DML, but it is part of data definition language. It's not part of DML. But if you were to remove all the rows in the table, if you were to completely empty the table, okay, there are two ways to it. One, you can say truncate table name. So given a table, it literally empty everything in the table. Or you can say delete from movies without a where clause. When you do not have a where clause, the delete from movies, when you do not have a where clause, or when you have a where clause which is true for all the rows will be deleted, right? So deleting all the rows can be achieved either using the truncate table or using the delete from table name, this command, where the condition is true for all the rows. Now, we have discussed about insert, delete, and update, but you might wonder, what are the real world applications of it? It's almost straightforward, right? In our IMDb dataset, let's assume there is a new movie that released. Of course, we have to insert that movie into a database. Or let's assume a user has given a new rating, right? Which means the rank score needs to be updated now, right? Or imagine some erroneous data was inserted into the table. Then we need to delete. Let's assume you are in a ticketing system. You have a ticketing system like a railway ticketing system or a bus ticketing system or a flight ticketing system, right? So you have to update every time a new ticket is reserved, or whenever somebody cancels, you have to delete that reservation, right? So all of what you see, insert, update, and delete, happens all the time. For example, a new student joins our course. We insert all of his data into a database. Okay, a student says, I have a new phone number. Can you please change my phone number in your database? We run the update command. As I told you, for our courses, we use MySQL as a backend database because it is free, it is fairly powerful and fast, right? If a student's account or 1 year duration is over, right, we could choose to delete his information, right? So all these commands that of course, select is always useful, as we have seen. So select, insert, update, and delete, which are part of the data manipulation language, are extensively used on a day-to-day basis by software engineers, data scientists, machine learning engineers, you name it, even business folks.